Welcome on this beautiful day. Let's start this sacred morning, knowing that it is new moon, with our beautiful intentions for the day, for the fortnight ahead. So please let's close our eyes and center, balance, align our energies. And realize that we're together here, harnessing our internal power, amplified with the intense gratitude that we have for everything that's unfolding around us. Let's be in synchronicity with all that's emerging at this moment. So let's close our eyes and be so grateful for our presence on Mother Earth, having been chosen by our higher self to lead a purpose, to gradually come in alignment with that purpose. Let's be grateful to our ancestors, our parents, for their love, their showering of blessings, for their presence, known or unknown. They could be physically part of this human world, or they could be in any other higher dimension, but their presence is always there. Then whenever we are in a problem, all we have to do is tune into them and ask them for their grace, for their blessings, for their guidance, for their nurturing. May we be aware of the presence of our teachers, angel guardians, who are around us all the time. We may tend to question ourselves. Why is this unfolding for me? And not accept it. Finding it tough to construe that when you are walking on the path of light, when you're consciously delving deep inside you, why would these problems happen? But may we know that we are being nudged. And acceptance is the only key of whatever we are going through. Whether emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, ethically. And today being the new moon, let's choose to do some rituals right now with closed eyes and tune into the new moon's energies. So for this, just check your posture. Just check how you're seated. It's a powerful time to set intentions and manifest our desires. Today, the moon begins with a new cycle yet again. It's a perfect time to align our energy with our goals and focus on what we really want to achieve. One simple way to harness the power of this beautiful new moon is probably to do a step-by-step performance of manifesting rituals. First most thing would be to set our intention. So take a minute and think of what is your intention which you wish for it to grow, to manifest, to come into fruition. So it's very important for us to reflect on what we truly want to manifest in our life. And imagine once after reflection, imagine that you're opening a beautiful yellow journal. This journal is tucked into your heart, safely kept like a jewel. And this is nurtured by the light, by the golden light. So see this journal opening in front of you and see this wonderful red pen, which is also inked by your own beautiful blood, the blood that helps you going on. And here you are, already set. Just reflect and see what is it that you wish to write in the now. Don't just write yet. We will get time for that. Just take a minute and think. And now, if you're ready, you can start writing. Please remember, once again, we write as if it's happening to us now. For example, if acceptance is the message for today, then we can write in that beautiful yellow journal with the red pen, I truly am willing and accept myself the way I am. I am becoming a better version of myself every moment, every day, moment to moment. I am in the best of my health, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, spiritually. I tune into myself easily. And whatever your goals are, materialistic or any other goals, write them out. Remember, you're doing these rituals in your energy body. Some of you may want to do this in person. You can do so later in the day. Right now, you're tuning into the higher frequency, the energies. And while you do so, imagine that you're in a beautiful sacred space with zero disturbance. And the sacred space has such wonderful light around you. Light from every possible place is just filtering into this place. Natural, beautiful light. As if you've lit 1,000 candles. And there's this beautiful smell which you can sense, this aroma, as if you burned the most choicest, beautiful smell that you like, as if you burned some candles or incense. And in the background, there's beautiful, soft music, whatever music your heart desires. And there are huge crystals around you, healing you, adding power to your manifestation, to your writing rituals. And now, see this beautiful journal automatically closing and being blessed by this infinite light that you're surrounded in. All the energy, all the light, all the blessings are going in the journal. And this journal is automatically being tucked deep inside your heart. You have a beautiful, expansive heart, which yesterday, in yesterday's meditation, we worked on. And this wonderful pen is also attached to the journal and it's going back in like a 1+1, always together. I take a few deep, grateful breaths. If you're into chanting, you can chant something while you take a deep breath in, like a Om chant, or if something resonates with you. And even if it doesn't, it's absolutely all right. The primary focus today morning would be to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out and be aware of this beautiful gift of life. And now, tune into the world of emotions. Whatever you wrote, how would it be to be there, witnessing that beautiful manifestation having come true? Tune into that feeling. What are you doing when all the dreams that you've written down, felt, or are feeling are coming true? And you're so happy, you're so joyous, so jubilant that you just get up and start doing a happy dance, a divine dance. Whether you believe in God or not, all of a sudden these beautiful flute sounds and bhajans are playing somewhere. And you're flowing in divinity and you're dancing to his tune. The tunes of these gods and goddesses which are helping you walk on your life's path. And while you walk on your soul, while your soul is walking on its journey and you are the one accessing it, accelerating it, being a human, you have human desires. And when they have come true, you feel you're in a blissful state. You feel that state now. Visualize yourself living your ideal life, your dream life, feeling so happy, so elated, so fulfilled. And now it's a perfect time to release whatever is no longer serving you. Release all the negativity which may have been stored inside you, the limiting beliefs that may have been stored inside you because of society or because of your own conditioning, which no longer serve you, and you want to let them go. So release irregularity. See that they're dropping off from your body as energy and going into Mother Earth. If it's easy for you to visualize, you could imagine that your body is releasing a lot of excessive water or something heavy is just being released from your body. You're pouring this negativity out of your body into Mother Earth because you know that she heals you. And whatever touches her becomes gold because Mother Earth has a golden energy. So you're not burdening her with it. It's just becoming beautiful light. The heaviness is fading into magical beginnings. So release whatever is not required, the stagnant energy. Release fatigue. Release lack of love. Release heaviness. Release lethargy. Release irregularity. Release excessive pent up energy which has no place to go. Too much of energy also makes a human body sick if we don't find areas for it to be released. Release doubts, any limiting beliefs, known or unknown, any traumas that you may be carrying from past lives. Release, release, release. Surrender, trust the process, surrender, surrender. Now take a moment. Your hands could still be in the releasing posture. Your body could still be releasing. Allow it to release because believe the process that anything extra is being released. And now think of what are the simple plans required for you to manifest your dreams. Half the work is done with your manifestation. The other half is implementation. Trust that the universe will guide you. Towards what you want. But also remember that it's also largely dependent upon you to take action and to make it happen. So, what action are you taking? See yourself doing that action right now. Be blessed. Now fold your hands, rub your hands together. And there's beautiful energy that's inside you right now. Open your hands to shower it in the world. Whoever, wherever, let them tune into this beautiful energy of blessings. May everyone's dreams come true, which are the good ones for the goodness to unfold, for the highest good of them and the others around. May each person be guided to live a life of consciousness. May Mother Earth's ascension happen soon. May the power grow successfully, happily, gratefully, lovingly, joyfully. May there be unparalleled love on Mother Earth and other Earths and other universes and other dimensions. And may I be used as a channel, as a conduit for spreading this beautiful love. And so it is. So it is. So it is. I can fold your hands together. And the last time, keep your hands on your heart. And take in this abundant blessings that are coming your way. And gently open your eyes. And let's start our beautiful morning with the wonderful book that we are all reading. Many Lives, Many Masters, Dr. Wise. And today we are in chapter number 7. So while we all know that this book is about the beautiful messages, the beautiful sessions which Catherine and Dr. Wise were having, and how the masters are speaking to Dr. Wise directly. So let's tune into what today's messages are for us as well. I'd like to apologize in advance for my little hoarse throat. It'll keep coming and going, so just bear with that voice today. There's a message from one of you. Thank you, Jyoti, for the message. Thank you. When Catherine arrived for her next appointment 1 week later, I was ready to play the tape of last week's incredible dialogue. After all, she was providing me with celestial poetry in addition to past life recall. I told her that she had related information from after-death experiences, even though she had no memory of it at all, in between or spiritual state. She was reluctant to listen. Overwhelmingly improved and happier, she had no need to listen to this material. Besides, it was all something eerie. I prevailed upon her to listen. It was wonderful, beautiful, uplifting, and it came through her. I wanted it to share with her. She listened to her soft whisper on the tape for only a few minutes, and then she made me turn it off. She said it was just too weird and made her uncomfortable. Silently, I remembered, this is for you, not for her. I wondered how long these sessions would continue because she was improving every week. Now only a few ripples remained in her once turbulent pond. Just see so beautifully it's articulated, right? All of us feel that our ponds, our lives are turbulent. When the waters are turbulent, then there are high tides on the oceans and the seas. And when there's calmness, it's absolute bliss, which is very soft flow of water. How is our life right now? If there's turbulence, there's bound to be peace. If there's peace, there's bound to be turbulence. But turbulence that will not shake us, make us, but turbulence which will not break us. It will make us in a beautiful way. The knocks and shocks of life will keep coming our way, but they will not knock us off. They will not shock us anymore. We will know that they have come for a reason. We will be tuned in that reason, learn the lesson, and move on gracefully. Now, that is the miracle which happens after every single morning when we tune into ourselves, our soul's journey, and learn something new. The Dr. Weiss's lessons is about PLR, and some people may wonder, what will I learn about knowing about somebody having gone and lived that life? But the truth is, all of us have lived that kind of life. Because if our soul has traveled for eons, we also have been in that particular era. So if we listen to these stories or we read these stories, we are also healing on many, many levels which are not even known to us at this human mind and consciousness. I do not know up until now how your body is behaving. We are right now in this session for about a month and a half. We've had about 30, 35, 34 sessions. But you will realize that your body is shedding off a lot of things. At first, you may realize that, oh, things have kind of heightened. That why is it happening when I'm on a spiritual, soulful journey? Why is it happening to me? But they are just surfacing so they can diminish forever. Like in homeopathy or Ayurveda or other kind of sciences, not allopathy. The medicines first result in things being activated and then they diminish. They're not suppressed. What we have been doing as a human life is cover, cover, cover. ये हो गया मिट्टी डाल दो. We've heard that. आगे बढ़ो, मिट्टी डाल दो, आगे बढ़ो. But that is like a nasur which is going inside. It's got life inside. You may have covered it. But in this world of PLR, in this world of morning spirituality, that which is inside is becoming nothing, is growing in its consciousness. वो स्थूल एनर्जी सूक्ष्म होती जा रही है. So light, that's becoming light with nothingness. So light. And it will stop triggering us. Please reflect today when I request you to on this new moon and see that in the last few weeks, whatever you were used to, like if you were binge eating, binge watching, or doing something which you didn't like, you will begin to accept it as part of you. The acceptance would have probably come in. And now you're not doing that much of it. From this unconscious, it's become conscious. That change will happen to you for sure. Dr. Weiss says she was still afraid of enclosed places and the relationship with Stuart was still literally touch and go. Otherwise, her progress was remarkable. We had not had a traditional psychotherapy session for months. None was necessary. We would chat for a few minutes to catch up on the events of the week, then move quickly to the hypnotic regression. whether due to the actual memories of major traumas or daily mini traumas or to the process of relieving the experiences. Catherine was virtually cured. Her phobias, her panic attacks had just about disappeared. She had no fear of death or dying. She was no longer afraid of losing control. Psychiatrists are now using high doses of tranquilizers and antidepressant medicines to treat people with Catherine's symptoms. In addition to medicines, the patients are also often in intensive psychotherapy or attending phobia group therapy sessions. Many psychiatrists believe that symptoms such as Catherine's have a biological basis, that there are deficiencies in one or several brain chemicals. I hope this has changed in you too. As I hypnotized Catherine to a deep trance state, I thought about how remarkable and wonderful it was that in a period of weeks, without the use of medicines, traditional therapy, or group therapy, she was nearly cured. Isn't this absolutely magical? And if you tune into any of the magics while reading, you can wish that upon for yourself that even I am healing, that my journey has become wonderful and remarkable. When you tap into that energy, when you count the happiness and the blessings for Catherine, which of course happened years and years ago, right? Then you're tapping into that abundance which is available for anybody to tap into whenever he or she feels ready for it. It doesn't mean that it's so, how will it happen to me? It means, when are you ready for it? When are you ready for tapping into that energy? If you are happy, it'll happen. These episodes happened something in 80s. Catherine was one of the initial few patients of Dr. Wise. But even 30 plus years later, we can tap into that energy. Those same brain chemicals will be released in our body. And we will be not only healed at the chemical level, we will be healed at an atomic level. As I hypnotized Catherine to a deep trance state, I thought about how remarkable and wonderful it was that in a period of weeks, without the use of medicines, traditional therapy, or group therapy, she was nearly cured. This was not just the suppression of symptoms, not the gritting of teeth and living through it, a life racked by fears. There was a cure, the absence of symptoms, and she was radiant, serene, and happy beyond my wildest hopes. Her voice was a soft whisper again. I'm in a building, something with a domed ceiling. The ceiling is blue and gold. There are several other people with me. They're dressed in old, some type of robe, very old and dirty. I don't know how we got here. There are many figures in the room. There are also some pieces standing on some stone structure. There's a large gold figure at one end of the room. He appears, he's very large with wings. He's very evil. It's very hot in the room, very hot. It's hot because there are no openings into the room. We have to stay away from the village. There's something wrong with us. Are you sick? I asked. Yes, we are all sick. I don't know what it is we have, but our skin dies. It becomes very black. I feel very cold. The air is very dry, very stale. We can't return to the village. We must stay out. Some of the faces are deformed. This disease sounded terrible, like leprosy. If she had once had a glamorous life, we had not yet stumbled across it. How long do you have to stay here? Forever, she answered gloomily, until we die. There is no cure for this. Do you know the name of the illness? What is it called? No. The skin gets very dry and shrivels up. I've been there for years. There are others who've just arrived. There's no way back. We have been cast out to die. She suffered a wretched existence living in a cave. We must hunt for our food. I see some type of wild beast that we are hunting for. With horns, he's brown, with horns, big horns. Does anybody visit you? No, they can't go near or they will suffer from the evil too. We have been cursed for some evil we have done, and this is our punishment. The sands of her theology were constantly shifting in the hourglass of her lives. Only after death in the spiritual state was there a welcome and reassuring constancy. Do you know which year this is? We have lost track of time. We are sick. We just await our death. Is there no hope? I felt the infectious despair. There's no hope. We all will die. And there is much pain in my hands. My whole body is weak. I am old. It's difficult for me to move. What happens when you can't move anymore? You're moved to another cave and you're just left there to die. What do they do with the dead? They seal the entrance to the cave. Do they ever seal a cave before the person is dead? I was searching for a clue for a fear of enclosed places. I don't know. I've never been there. I'm in the room with other people. It's very hot. I'm against the wall, just lying there. What is the room for? It's for worship, many gods. It's very hot. I advanced her in time. I see something white. I see somebody white, some kind of canopy. They're moving somebody. Is it you? I don't know. I will welcome death. My body is in so much pain. Catherine's lips were drawn thin in pain, and she was panting because of the heat in the cave. I took her to the day of her death, and she was still panting. Is it hard to breathe? I asked. Yes. It's so hot in here. Feels so hot, very dark. I can't see. I can't move. She was dying, paralyzed and alone in that hot, dark cave. The mouth of the cave was already sealed shut. She was frightened and miserable. Her breathing grew more rapid and irregular, and she mercifully died, ending this anguished life. I feel very light, like I'm floating. It's very bright here. It's wonderful. Are you in pain? No, I'm falling very far. I'm going back to a body. I see buildings, buildings with round columns. There are many buildings. We are outside. There are trees, olive trees around. It's very beautiful. We are watching something. People have on very funny masks. These cover their faces. It is some festivities. They're dressed in long robes and they have masks. They cover their face. They pretend to be what they are not. They are on a platform above where we sit. Are you watching a play? Yes. What do you look like? Look at yourself. I have brown hair. My hair is in a braid. She paused. Her description of herself and the presence of olive trees reminded me of Catherine's Greek like lifetime, 1500 years before Christ, when I was her teacher, Diogenes. I decided to investigate. Do you know the date? No. Are there people with you that you know? Yes, my husband is sitting next to me. I do not know him. I'm in her present lifetime. Do you have children? I am a child now. Her choice of words was interesting, somehow ancient and not at all like Catherine's conscious style. Is your father there? I do not see him. You are there somewhere, but not with me. So I was right. We were back 35 centuries. What do I do there? You are just watching, but you teach. You teach. We have learned from you squares and circles, funny things. Diogenes, you are there. What else do you know of me? You're old, somehow we're related. You are my mother's brother. Do you know others of my family? I know your wife, your children, you have sons, two of them are older than me. My mother has died. She died very young. Has your father raised you? Yes, but I'm married now. You're expecting a baby? Yes, I'm afraid I do not want to die while the baby is born. Did that happen to your mother? Yes. And you're afraid it will happen to you also? It happens many times. Is this your first child? Yes, I'm frightened. I expect it soon. I'm very big. It is uncomfortable for me to move. It is cold.
She had moved herself ahead in time. The baby was about to be born. Catherine had never had a baby, and I had not delivered any in my 14 years since my obstetrics and rotation in medical school. Where are you? I inquired. I'm lying on something stone. It's very cold. I'm having pain. Somebody must help me. Somebody must help me. I told her to breathe deeply. The baby would be born without pain. She was panting and groaning at the same time. Her labor lasted several more agonizing minutes, and then her child was born. She had a daughter. Do you feel better now? Very weak, so much blood. Do you know what will you name her? No, I'm too tired. I want my baby. Your baby is there. I ad-libbed. A little girl. Yes, my husband is pleased. She was exhausted. I instructed her to take a short nap and to awaken refreshed. After a minute or two, I awakened her from the nap. Do you feel better now? Yes, I see animals. They're carrying something on their backs. They have baskets on them. There are some things in the baskets, food, some red fruits. Is it a pretty land? Yes, with so much food. Do you know the name of the land? What do you call it? With a stranger asks you the name of the village. Katina. Katinia. It sounds like a Greek town. I don't know that. Do you know that? You have been away from the village and returned. I have not. This was a twist. Since in that life I was her uncle, older and wiser, she was asking me if I knew the answer to my question. Unfortunately, I did not have access to that information. Have you lived all your life in the village? Yes, but you travel so you can know what you teach. You travel to learn the land, the different trade routes, so you can put them down and make maps. You're old. You go with younger people because you understand the charts. You're very wise. What charts do you mean? Charts of the stars. You understand the symbols. You can help them to make maps. Do you recognize other people in village? I don't know them, but I know you. All right. How's the relationship? Very good. You're very kind. I like to sit next to you. It's very comforting. You have helped us. You have helped my sisters. There comes a time, though, when I must leave you because I am old. No, she was not ready to deal with my death. I see some bread, flat bread, and very thin and flat. Are people eating the bread? Yes, my father and my husband and I, and other people in the village. What's the occasion? It is some festival. Is your father there? Yes. Is your baby there? Yes. But she's not with me. She's with my sister. Look closely at your sister. I suggested looking for the recognition of a significant person in Catherine's current life. Yes, I do know her. Do you recognize your father? Yes, yes, Edward. There are figs and olives and red fruit. There's flat bread. They have killed some sheep. They're roasting the sheep. There's a long pause. I see something white. She had again progressed herself in time. It's white, it's a square box. It's where they put people when they die. Did someone die then? Yes, my father. I don't like to look at him. I don't want to see him. Do you have to look? Yes. They will take him away to bury him. I feel very sad. Yes, I know. How many children do you have? The reporter in me was not letting her grieve. I have two. I have three. Two boys and a girl. After dutifully answering my question, she returned to her grief. They put his body under something, under some cover. Have I died by this time? To know we are drinking some grapes in a cup. How do I look like now? You're very, very old. Are you feeling better yet? No, when you die, I'll be alone. Have you outlived your children? They will take care of you? But you know so much. She sounded like a little girl. You will get by. You know a lot too. You'll be safe. Are you more peaceful? Where are you now? I don't know. She'd apparently crossed over into the spiritual state, even though she had not experienced her death in that lifetime. This week we had gone through two lifetimes in considerable detail. I awaited the masters, but Catherine continued to rest. After several more minutes of waiting, I asked if I could talk to the master's spirits. I have not reached that plane. I can't speak until I do. She never did reach that plane. After much waiting, I brought her out of the trance. Chapter 8 would be for tomorrow.
Today, I'd like all of us to once again tune into ourselves. And I would request you all to be very comfortably seated. We will now tune into the lessons that we are learning. So, with eyes closed, tune into your breath once again. Tune into this beautiful life that we have all been given. This life that has made us see the ups and downs. This life which has a beautiful meaning, which many a times we have questioned. That why me? Why is life the way it is? Because deep inside we have compared it with the lives of others. And now I want all of us to know, to consciously know that when we have said that, our consciousness was looking at life at a half full cup basis, but it was tuning into the half empty cup basis. It could see that you have something, but it was seeing what you don't have. And how do each one of us get out of that sense, that space? We can only come out of that space by accepting the space we are in at that time and changing our bandwidth. So let's again tune into this beautiful infinite energy with infinite light that's surrounding us. All of a sudden, feel the warmth of the light as if a spotlight has gone above your head, above your Sahasrara chakra, above your crown chakra. And your entire body is being flooded with this heat, with this light. If the light feels too warm, too uncomfortable, too hot, raise that bulb a bit above your head so that you're not in direct glare. Direct glare, yes, but not the heating glare. So adjust the light. If it's comfortable, then enjoy the warmth. This warm light is spreading all over your body, healing you at the cellular level, at the atomic level. Every single fiber of your being is being healed at this given moment. Whatever you judged is now getting opened. Because finally, you are accepting whatever happened to you. Because by now, you're fully aware. What hurt you so much back then doesn't hurt you so much now. You may have lost some loved one. You may have lost face in society. You may have lost money. You may have lost respect. You may have lost anything. Maybe something materialistic also. While when you think about it, initially it used to pinch you, now it doesn't. Now you just know that it happened. Because your consciousness is rising. So be grateful for this beautiful presence of yourself right here, right now. Our subconscious mind holds on to these traumas, larger or smaller. It has a memory to hold them on, which is why sometimes in our current day life, we trigger at some particular thing. But right now, it completely depends upon you. Do you want to release these traumas or keep hoarding them? It's like when you open a clothes almirah, the clothes just fall onto you because there's so much of clothes in the hangers, on the shelves, and there's so much that they're just falling out. And now there's mayhem around you. You have an alternate. Just let it be there. Shove it back in. Ready for the same thing again when you open. Or decide to just give away half of them. The other worldly people may think, oh, I like to keep them in another closet. But you're still keeping them. The burden is still there. You've just displaced them. So, do you want to hold the burden? Ask yourself truly. And now, two things will happen. When you release this burden, your body will release pain. You will feel pain. Your body will probably become a bit uneasy, diseased. But that's a way of your body to release that energy, pain, that trauma that you're holding on. So when that sickness happens, just let your body rest. And you don't have to rest for hours. Even if you consciously lie down for 10 minutes and ask your angels, masters, guardians, I'm resting, and all this pain that is surfacing, I request you to help me release it. And then you will realize that everything has become very speedified. That your healing will happen much more faster because you trust the process and you trust the blessings of all the divine bodies in and around you that surround you. So ask yourself this question: am I ready to release this? Oftentimes, we're looking at releasing things, especially weight. And weight manifests in many forms. Physically, of course, but it gives when you feel heavy in your energy, then that's energy weight. Weight is also stored in our trauma bodies. But we become so used to it that we are not ready to let it go. Which is why, if you see in the physical form, somebody who wants to lose body weight loses but gains it all back because you're not yet just yet ready to surrender, to let it go. You have a fear. What if it comes back? And it comes back. So, are you ready to let it really go? The easiest for you would be probably to release all the excess weight and trauma and any suffering. and feel your body releasing it. And I want you to imagine that you're lying down. If you're physically lying down, wonderful. If you're not, just imagine that you're lying down. And wherever you actually have pain in your body, see the beautiful healing light that is still there as a spotlight on top of you. The only thing is that initially the spotlight was on your head because you were sitting down. Now that you're lying down, the body is filled with light because the light is somewhere on top of your middle of the body, but much higher. But still, you are illuminated. But tune into yourself. And I want everyone to know that at this moment, whatever you want will be given to you. So this is a time of ritual to be done where you're allowing all things unnecessary to leave your body. And you're allowing yourself to feel whatever you wish to feel in terms of raising consciousness into manifesting. Whether you want to enter a dream world, you're allowed to do that. Whether you want to allow your body to release, you're allowed to do that. You can do them simultaneously also and one after the other also, parallelly, whatever you want. So enter that world of healing, that world of gifts, the world of synchronicity, and allow this deep healing to happen. And once again, request your masters to guide you towards your life's purpose, to your soul's purpose. It doesn't matter how old we are. We can always tune into ourselves. Simply heal yourself. Simply manifest the life you desire with ultimate thoughts of surrender. At the end, speak to the masters and tell them that I trust the process of life. Whatever I'm manifesting, this or something highest better will unfold for me. And I trust you. And wish that same for others. Be blessed. Enjoy this beautiful ritual. Enjoy this healing. Sink deeper and deeper into this. Have a beautiful, thankful Thursday. Be blessed.